The philosophical question that I'm going to discuss is, have we reached our furthest point in reality? In the documentary, it starts to state the question of what is reality and what it is in its totality form, and if we have reached beyond what we can imagine or what we think we can imagine. It goes more in depth into where the documentary states it starts to suck in the viewer, such as the allegory of the cave from Plato starts to suck in the reader. The allegory of the cave goes where prisoners are chained in a cave, unable to turn their heads, and all they can see is the wall of the cave. Behind them burns a fire, and between the fire and the prisoners there is a parapet. The puppeteers, who are behind the prisoners, hold up puppets that cast shadows on the wall of the cave. The prisoners are unable to see those puppets, the real objects that pass behind them. What the prisoners do see and hear are the shadows and echoes casted by objects that they do not see. However, these prisoners don't think they are prisoners and don't know they are prisoners. This is the only reality to what they have ever known. So, for example, if we were the people just like from Plato's allegory, and we could release ourselves from bonds that we may have never seen or known, then we could possibly see the world for what it truly is. Which goes back to the question of, have we as human beings reached our furthest point of reality? Or are we chained up in the cave and seeing images projected at us for only what we may know or have ever known? We see a good similar example in the movie to where Neo has his own situation in the Matrix, and Trinity and Morpheus reaching out to Neo and bringing him, through his own choice, into being unchained, or in this case, unplugged. My thoughts on have we reached our furthest point in reality? Spiritually, yes, after we die we may see another side of our reality, but scientifically we don't know yet, as non-physical objects cannot be tested scientifically, such as God, so we have rejected them as part of reality. The philosophical term for this idea is called metaphysics. Metaphysics is the attempt to explain reality or establish a theory about what is real.
This isn't real.
What is real? How do you define real? If you're talking about what you can feel, what you can smell, what you can taste and see, then real is simply electrical signals interpreted by your brain.